Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the town of light. We've been, we're getting clapped by just about everybody. We're not having a very good time here. Everything's going to hell. I've been injected with some stuff. I went from being, I want to say my mom didn't like me. Then I was thrown into the hospital. Then I was clapped. Then I was touched by my fellow patient in the showers. Then I was pulled away from that patient that I grew feelings from some Stockholm syndrome shit where I'm already trapped here and I'm just, falling in love with someone who's not raping me horribly like the doc was. And now I'm off to
Let's look for Renee's room in the slightly agitated ward.
the slightly agitated ward, which is Renee's room, which she was put there for being gay, which was not allowed in the 1930s. I have nothing against gay people. I don't care. If you're gay, be gay. I don't mind, but I'm not gay. And because of that, I guess I'm not in the agitated ward for that, which is in the semi-agitated ward, which is number 6, which is to my left. Oh, thank God the wind blew those open.
When there was too much chaos, they closed all the windows and the door. They turned off the lights, and it was pitch black. Some people fell asleep. Some others stopped seeing their demons and became more calm.
I can't open. Some. What happened to the other ones? Fucking hell. I gotta check what's over here before I go in there. I'm sorry. I get some sunlight in here. Look at that view, man. This could make a nice condo if not for all the horrific shit that happened here. I want to hope to God that those are all like dirty robes and shit. Just dirty garments. It might be ass, but there's more fucking bikes here, man. Oh, that's a wheelchair. Okay, that makes sense. One thing that I do give props to these kinds of places, though, is that even though they were like filled with a bunch of shitty employees and such, they surprisingly didn't have very many rats. Maybe due to their caged windows like this, and like their overlayered windows, concrete walls and such, probably kept them all out. What is this? Oh, someone took the seat. What is this now? Is this like the electrical thing? Turned on. Shock. Yeah, this is I had a slight little panic when I looked straight up. Fuck me. That spooked me. That was scary. That's a scary image they put up there. Crazy. Can't even get some more light on. Fucking hell, I can't even open their lockers. Flashlight. Let's at least get that bit of sunlight. Nice clouds. Nice clouds. I'm like, I swear to God, I see like a skull here. Look like Snoopy the dog when I turn right there, right here, man. I'm starting to see things in these cracks on the walls. I'm starting to fucking lose my mind just being here. No wonder people didn't become okay. Yeah, don't tell me they never deal with all the dirty laundry. What the fuck? Is this from? This has to be a room, right? It's like, did I miss something?
Montefoscoli, December 20th, 1941. Dear Director, could you please let me know how my daughter, your patient Renee T, is getting along? I've written to my daughter several times, but have received no reply. I'm very worried, particularly as I've been ill for some time and have not been well enough to come and visit her. Please kindly let me know when it will be possible for me to bring my daughter home. Your humble servant, Ada T. Bring this letter to the attention of Dr. C so he can assess the potential discharge of the patient.
Is that like, yeah, it's a new experience. Is there another slightly agitated one? Semi-agitated. I don't think it'd be that one, but continue on down to the right. To another right. That's boardwalk. What am I supposed to do? Did I miss some other thing in the office? Must have. Oh shit. Must have missed something in here. Shit. Ceilings, man. I'm like so confused. Is that not her? There's one other hall. My third on my right. I don't know if that's gonna lead me anywhere, but we can take a look. Supposed to be this. This has to be the room. Oh, this is Renee's diary. Let's see it so far. My name is
Renee. He told me that I had to close down.
Wait. Volume is good. I can't lower music. Just music. Damn it. I kind of want to listen to it, but if it's like dun dun, then I probably won't be able to. I'm like so tempted to look it up because I'm so fucking lost right now. Wait. I'm so fucking confused. Hey, give me 1 second here, folks. This is like, what is this? God damn it. Okay, I know what I have to do now. I hate that I had to look it up. But if I didn't look it up, I wasn't gonna figure this out. I had to come in here. Close all this, bro. Close them fully. Yeah, I was not gonna get this. I'm leaving everything open to get that light in.
They put a straight jacket on you. They gave you a cold shower. They suffocated you with a sheet. They tied you to the bed. They tied me to the bed. A woman died next to me, choked by her own vomit.
Fuck.
She was tied down because she wouldn't stop pleasuring herself. I can still hear her death rattle. I screamed, but nobody came. Everybody screamed in there, all of them. It was then I saw the doll, which wasn't Charlotte. No, she wasn't Charlotte.
Who's this man? Fuck. Keep getting clapped.
The past came back to hurt me again. In the loneliness of that crowded ward, he brought it with him. I thought I would never see him again. He'd come to remind me who I was. That's what my mother used to do. That's what I had done. It seems that my life in here was just a repeat of what it had been outside. The doll, the fear, the shame. I'd have loved to erase everything I did, but instead I always went ahead and did it again.
Windows are wide open again.
Montefoscoli, November 12th, 1939. My dear daughter, it is with great sadness that I heard what happened. Your transfer and your sufferings are a cause of great worry for me. It will take time, but you'll see, things will improve. They'll treat you and you'll get better again. I pray a lot, every day. Write to me often, and tell me if you need anything. I promise I'll do what I can. Try to be strong. Mom. This is the last letter she wrote to me. Once I was put into this ward, I was overwhelmed by loneliness. After that medical examination, I received no more letters from Mom. Why is that man here? Why doesn't she come to see me? Did I make a mistake? It didn't seem like she wanted to abandon me. What did I do wrong? I'd like to be able to reply to her again now, to change things.
Oh, dear Mama. I want to say, please, I beg you, get me out of this place. It frightens me so much. You were right. I know I was wrong. I realize now. I'm so ashamed. If only you knew how much. Oh? But now I'll behave for sure. Now things will be fine. I'll work hard. I'll be very good. You gotta say things like,
Perhaps she would have listened to me. Will she reply?
I think you gotta say things like that. Things that you would things that you would normally like. Symptoms and treatment. Specify one or more of the following abnormal behaviors. Nymphos. What am I doing with this? Why do I have this letter? Can I stamp it with approval? Yeah, you see, you gotta be like, yeah, you know, I learned my lesson, la la la. Because if you're like, oh no, they hurt me here, they're doing bad things, then the mom's gonna be like, oh shit, see, this is why you're there, because you need this treatment. So you gotta kind of play it smart on that. You know, pro tip: if any of you guys are who are watching this ever go to an asylum, that's how you get out. You gotta be like, yeah, you know, I'm good now. And then once you're out, you gotta plan your escape, right? You gotta plan how you're gonna get out of there before they send you back. Because once you're back in, if you get out once and then you get sent back in, you're not getting out again. So you gotta really play it smart. Police officer for questioning. Bruna M. Onofrio. Banned visits. Fuck. Man. Well, it's good that it still works. Oh shit. Nope. Fuck that shit, man. Yeah, so yeah, as I was saying, you really got to plan out what you're going to do. You got to get some money, so you might want to land yourself a job, save up a bit, make sure you got no debt because they will track you down, and then you will have to not only pay that back off, but you'll also be in a worse spot, so you definitely want to have to make sure you don't have no debt on you. I don't know what I'm doing with this at all.
The letters were sent to the archive. It was their job to post them.
The archive is... Is it here? Yeah, number 12, so the very end. Yeah, so you know, you gotta make sure you got yourself some money, make sure you got yourself a place of where you want to go, you know. Maybe you want to go to another state, maybe you want to go to, with a friend, you know. Wow. Okay, alright, everybody, right eye closed. EFRXJMELFIO NOTAFL VIOELEI. All I see is a B, bruh. That's an R, god damn it, I failed. Fucking eyeballs, dude. Oh fuck, don't tell me they were scooping out eyeballs, Jesus. Oh, I would not like this room, not one bit. Fuck that shit right there. That is not for me. No thanks. Yeah. Oh no, they're fighting each other now. Jesus, they turn on themselves. There's not enough rooms. Yeah, and yeah, so you want to make sure you got the money. Once you got the money, once you got a place with a friend maybe, or you're going solo, you gotta figure that all out. Once that's figured out, you pretty much set your goal and you go, you fly, you get out there, make it happen. Just don't look back once you're out there, and maybe you'll make it far. You know, who knows? You could be the next something, the next big thing. You make it become something big. Be like, oh, I was supposed to go to an asylum, but I actually became a millionaire. Watch how. Oh, I think I got all of her. Oh, I got all of her things. I don't think I did. I do. Skull. What is the body? 4, 5, 6. All right. Yeah. Quick little intermission. Let's. I have her old diary now. She can talk. Let's see if I can. My name is Renee. They told me I have to write this diary.
My name is Renee.
Okay.
They told me that I have to write this diary, but I don't feel like it. It's not true that I feel better when I write. Actually, it's worse. I was a shy girl, and I just wanted to be like the others. But that's not what happened. No. I did things that, when I think about them now, eventually brought me here.
White light.
Everything started with that damned light. It happened for the first time when I was still a little girl. I was 6 or 7. I was walking outside school when suddenly the noise started to melt into an indistinct rumble. The light increased out of all proportion and everything lost its meaning. I could no longer recognize anything. Objects, people, words, not even myself.
Don't stare at me. What are you looking for? Sleep, Renee, sleep. Fucking hell.
I felt fear as a physical sensation. It prevented me from moving, from swallowing, from breathing. After God knows how long, everything went back to normal. But a new fear replaced the old one. Different, but terrible. Of the light coming back. And it did come back.
Is that bird holding an eye? Shit, hang on 1 second. I want to look at this. Yeah, that's an eye. Fucking hell. This. Charlotte.
My memory of those years is hazy. Between the age of about 7 and 10, my memories are disconnected, and I couldn't say how many times and how frequently the light used to come. My mother gave me a doll around that time. Charlotte. Thinking back to it makes me want to laugh. But at the beginning, I remembered that I was afraid of her. I thought she wanted to harm me, to kill me and take my place. But when the light came, she would stay beside me, and her presence. Did not disturb me. I was able to talk to her, and so she became my best friend. At least until I was in grade 2, when everything changed. She didn't laugh at me, and if I had to say something to my mother, I asked her to say it. When things inside me turned bad, she was the only one I could turn to. Now all of this makes me blush, but Charlotte was a real friend to me. I knew that she was just a doll. I wasn't stupid, but at the same time, she was real too. I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult. My mother would cuddle her and tell her things. I guess she was trying to communicate with me. But back then, I was too afraid to understand it. I didn't tell anyone about the light. I knew that something terrible was happening to me. I thought that I would die, and the shame I felt was so deep that an uncontrollable restlessness took over me. I was afraid when other people were nearby. I saw fingers pointed at me, mouths laughing, condemning me.
Fucking hell.
I tried to be alone. I would sit down on the ground and, curled up in the dark, I would repeat a word, any word, in continuation. This helped me not to think, not to lose myself. I would spend entire days like this, hoping that my mother would ignore me. Her compassionate words hurt me and terrorized me even more, and so I had to.
Shit, man.
Shout and shout and shout those words. After a few days, things got better, and little by little I came out of my hiding place. But the fear was always there, under the surface, ready to strike me even harder.
There's some fantastic art, though.
I remember a recurring dream from that time. I used to have plenty of nightmares, but this particular one was so real that even today, I ask myself whether it could have possibly been just a dream. I was in bed, enveloped by the warmth of the blanket, in the dark, about to succumb to sleep, when I heard the bedroom door open. I turned to face the wall and did not have the courage to turn around. I only saw a shadow cast against the wall by the light filtering in through the door. Then I heard the door close again, and I thought that it might have been my mother who, before going to bed, used to peep in to see whether I was sleeping. However, there was no time to breathe a sigh of relief, for footsteps approached the bed, and I heard the sound of breathing close by. Fear paralyzed me from head to toe. The blankets were pulled back. I remember the chill of fresh air on my spine. Someone sat on the bed, and I trembled.
I know we're only halfway through, but this is pretty much like Renee's story, I'm assuming. Everything that happened to her, it's her diary, what she saw that, how she went crazy, right? And I know I'm staying quiet for this. Feel free if you want to listen in and continue on with me and see what happened with Renee, why she is put in this asylum in the first place. Feel free to stick around with me through it. If not, skip ahead. I'm gonna say based on the first pages, maybe 4 or 5 minutes would do it, and then you'll probably be either at the end of this story, and I'll be back to walking these asylum grounds, or maybe we'll be done. It's your call. Maybe I'll end the video after this diary thing, so that people will be like, okay, the rest of the video is just this. We'll see. Then the dream
finished.
Okay, she said it. I was looking at the picture. Fuck.
The light often came when I was at school, turning my fellow pupils into puppets that would terrorize me. To me, they appeared transformed, with the bloodied heads of animals stuck where their own heads should have been. I would curl up on the floor and would even wet myself. The teacher would try to console me and would smile at me, but her teeth and her eyes would terrify me even more. Things did change. I don't know why, perhaps during the second or third year of school.
Taking attendance.
It was more or less in the same period that I became friends with Bruna. I remember the sensation of joy I experienced when I felt almost normal. The light isn't coming. The dreams have gone. And I have a real friend, one who speaks to me. I would repeat this to myself proudly while looking in the mirror, where I no longer saw an embarrassing reflection.
That is a nice hand.
It seemed to me that the world was a difficult place, but it was no longer impossible. Bruna. I did not understand what Bruna saw in me, especially as she was almost 2 years older than me. I would tell her this every now and then, and she would joke about it, saying, "Nothing. I don't see anything in you, which is what I like about you." And then she would hug me.
Oh, shit.
But one day, she was sad and pensive, and said to me, "You and I are the same. Don't be fooled. You are reserved and honest, and I'm not. But that's the only difference between us. The only one." Then she began to cry. I was struck by the perception in her words, but only today, after re-examining my past, do I understand what she meant. I no longer considered my body as something disgusting and ill. Far from it. I began to look at myself, to caress myself, and smell my own skin. I began to explore and experiment, finding physical pleasure. My ideas were not very clear, and I never spoke to anyone about these things. Bruna, however, spoke about them. She boasted about her love stories and her young men. To my eyes, she was very lucky, always being wooed. By marvelous, generous, and kind boys. Thus, I fantasized about her adventures, pretending that I was the main protagonist. But how could I ever be like her? Occasionally I recall that she had black and blue marks on her body, but I was so naive that I did not understand. I did not put two and two together. It was Don Gino who explained things to me a few years later.
Weapons, I think. Swords, daggers. Fuck.
He told me about Bruna's father and brother, but I was already very ill. The light had returned, and that thing made me suffer even more. It was my world, and it was crumbling. When I spoke to Bruna about it, she turned her head away and was silent for a long time.
These pictures are dark as
Prince
fuck.
Charming doesn't exist, Renee. At least not for us. I was 14 years old. I didn't think it was possible for a boy to look at me and desire me. When he asked me if I wanted to go for a walk, I didn't say anything. I didn't even have the courage to look at him.
So handsome.
Things improved for a number of years, then suddenly everything came crashing down. One evening I came home drunk, and the following morning a terrible crisis overcame me all of a sudden. What had I done? I was terrified. I thought I'd lost my sight. The light burned my eyes from inside. The memories of the previous day emerged in bursts, images, flashes, which unleashed something monstrous inside me. Repetition of words was no longer sufficient. Now there was a voice in my head which repeated them louder than I did, and they were words of accusation and blame. So I covered my ears and shouted and hit my head against the wall and threw up.
This art is so fucking like. It's good art. I like how they shadowed her face, man. She really fucking hated herself for her fucking hell.
I remember the doctor, the wall filthy with blood and vomit. My mother wasn't looking at me. Bruna was crying but trying to hide it. Charlotte was beside me. I never told anyone what had happened. He came to visit me, but I refused to see him. I became agitated. I think he liked me, even though things turned out badly. In that period, I began to suffer from memory loss. The few things I learned didn't please me at all. He told me that I was looking for him. It was all my fault. Bruna told me that sometimes I got drunk. People in the village gossiped about me. Sometimes I was covered in black and blue marks. I didn't realize what was happening to me, what I was doing. I was no longer in control of my life. From my little corner.
Dear.
He felt accused, hurt. I chased him away. I insulted him. He was proud, handsome. He said things about me to other people, which he shouldn't have said. Mother caught me coming home drunk. She beat me and sent me to speak to Don Gino every day. He came back and tried to speak to me. I think he liked me. Sometimes I sent him packing and I started shouting at him, but other times I embraced him. I held him tight and loved him.
This art is fucking good. Shit. Stories
But he
too.
couldn't bind himself to
art,
me.
man.
I was 16 and ill. I had no future. I didn't get out of bed for weeks. Then I did things I was ashamed of. I slept with men. The guilt tore at my soul, and the light came back to torture me. I invented stories to justify my actions. I couldn't bear my own weight.
Ugly ass people.
Mom found out about it. Her voice split my head. I pushed her away because I was afraid of dying, and I shouted to the whole world what was happening to me, and that I didn't understand. The police arrived, and they carted me away. I remember the onlookers shaking their heads. They would be better off without me, cleansed of shame, with something to talk about for a while.
Fuck, Renee's story's like real fucked up, man. Shit. Let's go to Liver's ladder. See what's happening. Can't walk down all those. Let's walk down here real quick. Where's the sleeves? Can't go that way. We will open these though. It's a nice fucking view, man. Nope. Open, open. Just like that. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Big X's and wheelbarrows and shit, man. Wash machines. At least they did this. They ironed the clothes, man. That's props. Steps in the right directions over here. Some medical kits and such. With a map of the area. Nice. Good map.
When you were sent to a lunatic asylum, you lost the right to possess anything. Everything you arrived with was packed up and stored here, even the clothes you were wearing, in case you were released one day, but far too many never left.
Okay. What can I do with these documents though? CD. No, it'd be Renee T. No, UVZ. What is this? Numbers? Doesn't even say, bruh. Should be this. This one? RST. Okay.
Dear Mother, please, I beg you, get me out of this place. I'm so frightened here. You were right. I know I was wrong. I understand. I'm so ashamed. If only you knew how much. But now I'll behave myself, I promise. Now things will be fine. I'll work hard. I'll be very good. Your daughter, Renee.
Not fulfilled. Motherfuckers.
This letter. It was Renee's letter. Just as she wrote it back then. But it was never sent. Why? Why did this happen? I received your letter, Mom. You tell me to be patient and strong, while I only feel fear and pain. And you don't write to me anymore. If only these words could be my soul, I'd tell you what was happening to me. The kids want to kill me. They all look the other way and tell me what to do. I don't understand. She helps me, but what have they done to her? Can you tell me? Will you help me? Renee.
Not fulfilled. Not delivered.
Montefoscoli, July 7th, 1940. My dear daughter, I have received no news from you. You have not contacted me in months. I'm sorry, but I don't have the money to come and visit you. Do you remember Mr. Onofrio? He'll soon be in Volterra for business. I've asked him if he would be kind enough to ask the director for some news about you. I hope he'll bring me some good news when he returns. But please write to me. I know that I was strict with you. You have to forgive me. I didn't think. I've given Mr. Onofrio a new doll for you. You told me that you lost yours, and I know you loved it so much. It's not as nice as your Charlotte, but I hope that it will comfort you nonetheless. Keep your chin up, darling. Everything will be fine, you'll see. Mom.
I did see Orofiro in the logins for visiting her. Another one that wasn't delivered.
Montefoscoli, October 12th, 1940. My dear daughter, I've written 2 letters to you and have received no reply. Every day, I'm anxiously waiting for a letter. Mr. Onofrio's back. He brought you the doll. Do you like it? He told me he was unable to speak to the director, but managed to see you. I pray for you every day. Even Don Gino said a prayer for you during Sunday Mass. Isn't that nice? I've made up my mind, Renee. I'm bringing you home. I've already written to the director. I told him that I'll take care of you. I'm not very well at the moment and can't work, but I'll get better soon, you'll see. And as soon as I can make the journey, I'll come and fetch you. I know you're suffering a lot, but please be strong, I beg you.
Should never sent her there in the first place.
Mom will come and fetch us, won't she? Mom is good, but she's not well. That's why that man came. She also sent us the doll. I could have played with it and talked to it while waiting for her to come, but Renee didn't bring it with her. Perhaps she's been abducted like all the others and is locked up here somewhere.
Okay. It's been a long episode, so I'm gonna stop it here for now. I'm gonna go ahead and end this here, start up another one, and we will be back here in just a second. Just you wait, fellas.